Well, hi, I'm Matt Wilson, and I'm happy to be first year in the 2010 Mustang Makeover. I live in Silver Lake, Oregon with my beautiful wife Rachel. I've got a daughter Ruby, Madeline, Violet, and Gabriella. My girls wanted to get me in the Mustang Makeover last year, and they didn't get the paperwork in time, and I wasn't really too worried about it. I'd kind of had my fill of making horses. I had started out pretty young with a Mustang and gone full circle and got wrapped up into the ego and the professionalism and got to be something, and each horse going to show who I am, and they do. They show who you are. But I got to the point where it's finally at 40-something years old, it wasn't in the bones anymore. I'd got tore up too much, had a few wrecks, and took just as much out of me as I took out of a lot of them horses, and just couldn't do it anymore. But I had a house full of women that believed in me and loved me, and so there I was, lost in this round crowd with a little Mustang horse that had been gathered 3 months earlier, and he had no idea where his life was going either.
Look at you looking beautiful.
Come on. Oh, hold it.
You gonna hold it for me?
Yeah.
This is our friend Patience. I guess they said he's 3 years old or somewhere around there. I haven't even looked at his papers. I know he come out of Murderers Creek. My first Mustang I ever rode, that I ever had, my brother and I sold whatever we could gather up in a garage sale to get $100 and a quarter to go buy one. And he was out of Murderers Creek. He was a little gray horse named Chief, and he was a good pony. He taught me a lot, and I wish I'd have kept on that path, but I took a different one and come back around finally. Good Lord. So fancy. This is really great. I'm really proud of him. He's doing really well. And ho. I was hoping maybe someday we might play polo together, but I don't know. Once they learn to think and they learn to trust, everything they see, just once they understand it's not going to hurt them, they don't mind. They trust. It's exciting. So, and I hope nobody buys it because he's getting too darn good.
Pete had no choice in the matter, and I guess I really didn't either, because I'd got myself into this. And so together we looked at each other and tried to figure out who was more scared, and luckily I had a little bit of knowledge from other fellas that knew more than me, and I tried to go gentle, and I just took as much time as I could with this little horse, and I learned to listen and to not push, and to realize that things are not always on my time. They're on his time, and they're even on a little horse's time sometimes. But I learned that these horses are nothing but a mirror to the soul of whoever is riding them or working with them. And I figured out that that's a good thing, that we can fix ourselves with them. And not only can we do that, we can make some pretty nice little horses, friends, and gentle on them. And I stumbled onto something that others had laid down, and
Stay in the saddle.
now I'm just trying to figure it out and keep going with it. But I do know this much, that the gentler the better.
Yahoo! You've done a good job with him.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've made him kid bro. You've gentled him down. You've done a wonderful job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to thinking about that Monty Roberts book that he had wrote, and how good it was, and how it's not about a training method. It's about changing who you are and become a different person and handling horses different. And when you start doing that, and you do it all day long in the barn, when you go home, you start handling your family different and your friends different, and you start realizing that a lot of them horses that kicked at you, they kicked at you because it was your fault. And you start realizing a lot of them bosses that kicked at you, it was probably your fault too.
When you go to the corrals and you look into those Mustang corrals, there absolutely is a horse for every person on the planet. Whether it's a short horse because you're a short person, or a tall horse because you want to jump, or a painted horse because you love how beautiful the painted horse is, or something that's just simple and bay because you're a quiet, reserved person that just loves to trail ride. They're truly God's breed. He puts every dapple and every twist in their mane.
When you see a small child that has nothing shine when they get near a horse, I just don't know what the question would be. It seems like the answer's there. So I finally have grown up and want to be a part of that. And I want Mustangs because I don't think that they need run into the killer plants. They don't need looked at as competitors for cheap beef for other countries. They don't need to be looked at as anything other than what they are, a treasure. And that's my goal. So, and to help people, mostly, because I feel that's why they're here.
He's listening and looking. You know, you're a good boy.
I talked to a friend about this horse, and I said, you know, I'm getting to where with him, he's fired at me a couple times when I was moving him, and I wasn't listening. And I said, I scared him, and I said, I don't know that I can trust him yet. And my friend, he says, it's not a trust issue. He says, you know, when trust is violated, it's broken, and it's broke. Then what do? You have to try to fix trust. And he said, that's not what you're doing. It's a love issue. He said, you gotta love that little horse. And that sounds crazy if you're a cowboy and a rancher and a big tough guy. But that's why I got into horses. And that's why I got into cowboying, because I loved being out there. I loved the animals. I loved all about it, but I forgot it somehow. And this little horse helped me figure it out again. And I love him, and he's neat. And even if he gets scared and kicks at me, I won't be angry, because he's made a mistake. And when you think like that, you might get hurt. But when you think like that and you love people that way too, your life gets so much better. And that's what this horse has done for us. And I hope he comes home with me. And I hope he stays in our family. And I hope he helps us reach other families. And it's amazing. It's just amazing. So, and I know that there's other people out there that are far ahead down the trail than I am, and they know this, and that is awesome, because I can use all the help I can get. But I'm glad I finally found the trail and got on it. And I guess like every other new convert, I want to tell everybody about it, but why not? So I guess that's why most of these folks are here anyways, because the Mustang captures a certain spot in our soul that no other breed can capture. Because he's a mutt just like we are, and he perseveres, and he's absolutely beautiful, and that's why I love him.
As I ride across the sedge all day, as I ride, the thoughts come and go my way. As I ride, my time it fades away. As I ride on my Mustang.